It's Erica Mackey from Maniacal Reader, and today I'm going to be filming my Visions Trilogy book review and discussion. I read the Visions Trilogy in the month of February. The first book in the Visions Trilogy by Lisa McMahon is called Crash. Now, for those of you who don't know about this book series, the main character's name is Jules. Jules is a 15-year-old high school student who one day starts experiencing a vision, and each time she experiences this vision, she gets new clues as to some sort of mystery she has to solve. And in her vision, she sees two dead bodies and this truck exploding into this huge building. Each time that Jules is experiencing this vision, she sees body bags. She has to figure out who's in the body bags and what causes the explosion. Jules has two siblings, an older sister named Trey, who's gay, and a younger sister named Rowan. Jules' family lives in an apartment that's above their family-owned pizzeria. Jules' family has this rivalry with another pizzeria close by called A Boy in the Angati's Family is a boy that Jules has a crush on, and they've known each other since elementary school. But since this rivalry started, they haven't had contact with each other in years. I've made some notes on this book series that I'd like to share with you. In this first book, Jules finds out that the vision is actually a truck exploding into the Angati's pizzeria, and Jules has to race against him to stop it, and through this book, Jules and the Angati boy she likes make contact again. And the boy she likes, his name is Sawyer. My thoughts on Crash are: the book is told from the POV of the main character, and the writing style felt easy and just as if you were listening to a normal teenage girl. I liked that the book was fast-paced and it kept me on my toes. I loved the development of Sawyer Angati's character. This is the boy that Jules has had a crush on her whole life. He was thoroughly developed, and I enjoyed reading about some of the deeper aspects of his character, particularly the ones that have affected his tumultuous relationship with Jules. I loved Trey's character. Trey is Jules' brother, and he didn't really believe Jules about the explosion initially, and even then, he always tried to support her when she was confused or overwhelmed by the vision. Rowan's character. Rowan is Jules' sister. I thought her character was okay, but I think her storyline could have been more developed. Rowan has a secret boyfriend who we don't really know anything about until to the end of the book. We don't really know much about this secret boyfriend other than that he met him online and she really likes him. Now, other than Jules and her siblings, Jules also has a father with depression issues, and he's also a hoarder. Jules has a tumultuous relationship with him, and she's lost respect for him because of these issues that he has to deal with. It'll be interesting how Jules' father develops in the rest of the trilogy, considering that he has these depressive issues and that he also has a long-time rivalry with the other pizzeria owners, the Angatis. Throughout the book, we also find out that Jules's father had a relationship with Sawyer's mom long ago, and this could be contributing to his depressive issues. Jules's father's character is important considering the affair and the fact that the Angottis patented the secret pizza sauce that the DeMarco family, starting with Jules' father, created. This led to the affair being broken off after the pizza recipe sauce was patented. Jules' father and Sawyer's mom wanted to amalgamate the two restaurants, and this didn't happen when the pizza sauce was stolen. My last thought about Crash is I also wonder if Jules' father is going to accept her relationship with Sawyer. That starts to become more romantic as the book goes on. The next book in the series is Bang. Since Jules and Sawyer have started a romantic relationship, after their first kiss, Jules happens to pass the vision on to Sawyer. And it just happens to be a vision of a school shooting. The school shooting seemed more dangerous and more imminent than the vision of the first book. And in this book, it was nice to see how Jules and Sawyer's relationship developed. The details of Sawyer's vision were not as clear as Jules' vision, and trying to figure out what happened was more complicated. I think the way Jules figured out the location of it was interesting, considering that she saw it on the local news. Because this second book involved a school shooting, we're introduced to a character named Ben, and he's part of a gay straight alliance at the University of Chicago, where the school shooting is happening. And when I ended the second book, I always hoped that Ben could have a relationship with Trey, since Ben is also gay and so is Trey, so I was kind of hoping that they'd get together. The final book in the Visions trilogy is Gasp. Some of my thoughts on Gasp are: I was shocked that Jules' house was burned. This is an event that happened quite early on, but in a way, I'm kind of glad about it, because the fact that Jules' house was burned down allowed Jules' father to get a fresh start, and it allowed him to leave the past behind and come to the realization that he needs to start building a better relationship with Jules, his wife, and the rest of his family. This fire allowed him to accept Jules' friends and, most importantly, Sawyer. But near the end of the book, Jules' father never explicitly stated that he accepted her relationship with Sawyer. Obviously, this is something that he still needs to work on, but he's starting to accept the relationship anyway, which is a positive step forward. Additionally, in regards to the vision in this book, it was interesting to find out which one of the shooting victims would get the vision next. The girl who experiences the vision this time is Tori. The first vision that she has is of two bodies being taken out of a house by an ambulance. They get shot or die of carbon monoxide poisoning because Tori chose to ignore the first vision. Tori's mom is very controlling and hovering over her when she is still in the hospital, trying to recover from her injuries of the shooting. Because of this pressure from her mom, she felt she had no choice but to ignore the vision. As a result of this, she experiences a second vision of a ferry sinking. This is the vision that Jules and her friends and family work to prevent. We are not only introduced to Tori as a new character, but we are reintroduced to Ben, who is the leader of the Gay Straight Alliance group at the University of Chicago. In the third book, Trey and him actually do start a relationship, and he, along with the rest of Jules, his friends, helps to solve the vision. For me, it was interesting to see how the vision unfolded in this book with all twists and turns. Near the end of the book, Sawyer and Ben got separated from the group, and for a while it was unclear as to if they were dead with the other ferry passengers or alive. I also appreciate that in this book the vision was more complex and that it was on a much larger scale than the other visions in the previous books. This particular vision is what made me want to keep on reading. Later in the book, readers find out that the reason Jules got a vision in the first place is because she was mugged, and the man who saved her passed on her first vision of the Angotti's pizzeria blowing up. Things that I didn't really like about this trilogy are, the first thing was that the author never really gave an explanation about the origins of the visions, and this is something I would have liked to have known when reading it. Also, I don't think the side storyline with Bridget Brinkerhoff was necessary. It just didn't fit for me. Because of those inconsistencies and some of the loose ends that weren't resolved at the end of the third book, what kind of turned me off at the end. But overall, I thought it was a good trilogy, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who likes fast-paced, young adult, paranormal, and / mystery. I thought it was really good. That's it for my detailed review and discussion of the Visions trilogy by Lisa McMahon. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
You got that jeans.